I would like to move on now to our next panel, and we're going to go with product number 4 in the top 10 and a little bit of a deep dive into this tree jumper. We've got Robin and we have Anna with us today. And I think, Anna, you're going to come on first and tell us a little bit of the background to this jumper.
Yeah, hello everyone. Happy World Circular Textile Days. Exactly, we will present you today here the Nikin tree pullover. I'm actually wearing that today. And so if you could move forward one slide. And this came out of a project called Tech Circle. Please forward. So here you see a picture of how the production looked like. And this pullover was coming out of an innovation project in Switzerland, which was a 2.5 year research project where we developed prototype, which then became a commercial product that Robin, the founder from Nikin, then launched within his brand Nikin in October 2023. And this product is made out of 80% discarded jeans that Texaid, the company I'm working at, was collecting and sorting, and then also pre-processing for the recycling. As we heard, especially from Anurag from Usha Yarns, there's a lot of pre-processing needed. We need to remove all the trims. So this was one part being done. And then it went further to France, to the Innovation Center CETI in north of France, where the products, the jeans, were mechanically recycled. Mechanical recycling here, you don't need any water or not any chemicals to actually process that. And then the yarns were spun by Rieter in Switzerland in their innovation center. And then the pullovers were knitted by a company in Switzerland called Inolana. And please continue. So here you see the final product when it was launched. And as I mentioned, this came from a research project. So I just want to quickly also explain this. So please forward a little bit, Becky. So this was a research project funded by the Swiss innovation agency called InnoSwiss, and the project was led by the Lucerne University of Applied Sciences and Art and their design and art research department. And we were a group of project members. Yeah, please go forward. That was working together on this project. We had ourselves, Texaid, we had the retailer Coop with us, we had a sock producer, Rona Socks, we had, of course, Rieter, we had a workwear company called Work Fashion, and a carpet company called Ruckschul. And we also had an associated partners where Nikin was one of the associated partners. So please go on forward. And we also had a home textile company called Tiger List Textiles, and also actually the Swiss Civil Service was also a part of this. And please go one ahead again. Then within this research project, we really looked on applied science, and the focus was looking into, okay, the vision of having as much post-consumer textile waste possible in new products, but at the same time also having the vision which Ina Buddha was explaining, the design for circularity aspects. And then we looked into the process. How can we actually enable that, and which feedstock do we have, which product ideas do we have on one hand side, and we try to map that out and connect the dots here between each other to really define a production value chain and products processes that can be made. And within the product, we also worked on a design decision tree. This was a very important work from the university, and if you Google the project Tech Circle and the university, you will find the link to their website, and here you can actually download also this design decision tool. And in the end, we used a kind of a reversed engineering type of methodology where we really mapped out, yeah, as I mentioned, both the one hand side, the waste and the possibilities, and on the other hand side, the design visions, and used this design tree to then really enable different prototypes. So we did a lot of testing in the project, and we came to actually 6 product prototypes out of the project that we were able to do. And as you see on the picture, some examples, we could also make a sock out of civil service t-shirts. We could also made a carpet out of wool, and we could also make a fabric. It was blended with actually used Baker pants together with Refibra lyocell, and then made into a fabric and into curtains. And in the end, yeah, for our prototype, actually, Nikin enabled that to be made into a commercial product out of the project. So, Robin, I would like to hand it over here to you from the commercial side of it. So please, Becky, go on further.
I think, Robin, if you just start talking, you'll pop up on the screen.
Yeah, thank you very much for the introduction. I mean, yeah, the big part of this whole project was before actually we jumped into the project, as you just mentioned, Anna, it was the big part was the recycling part, how to get to this yarn, which we in the end could develop to a product which is then brought on the market and sold on the market. But yes, I can give small insights in the process from how the yarn then was further developed to a new project and how it went to the market. As I said, we jumped into the project on a later step, and we were more the part of what can we do then from this material that was recycled from old jeans. And yeah, we are, as a fashion brand, we are not the professionals in developing new innovative materials, but our strength as a brand is to help new innovative materials and to get bigger, to become big enough to be available on the market. And that's our strength as a brand, and that's what we as Nikin, as a fashion brand, we love to do. We love to search and find such projects where we can help and bring it further. And yeah, that's also what we did here in this project. We developed, after we got the yarn from Rieter, which spun the yarn, we made testing with our supplier in Portugal, which is a knitter manufacturer. And we were surprised how good this blend of yarn is. We tested some different blends with percentages of recycled yarn and new organic cotton. And as Anna already mentioned, it was in the end an 80% recycled yarn to 20% new organic cotton. And our manufacturer was surprised how good it is quality-wise. We had some tests to do. We had our problems as well, or the learnings in this process, but in the end it went out very well, I would say. Produced it finally in Switzerland with a new partner we found at this point, which was interested in also testing out innovative new materials. And yeah, that's how we developed with them then a knitted pullover jumper made from recycled jeans, or 80% recycled jeans, and we brought it to the market. And it was great to see the feedbacks from our customers. We underestimated this project a lot because we were sold out within a couple days with this pullover. But we were limited also with the yarn that we bought from this project. We were limited, so it was not thousands of quantities. It was around 200 pieces that we sold, but they were sold out very fast because people just loved this story.
I've brought us all back to the screen, actually, and Robin, I'm gonna spotlight you while you talk. Tell us a little bit. Everybody's on screen. I'm sorry, panel, but I've decided the slides. We're done with the slides now. Let's talk. Robin, just backtrack a little bit, because it was fascinating to learn about your Swiss company, which is one of the biggest sustainable brands now in Switzerland. Is it right that you plant a tree for every garment you make? Is that the basis of the company?
Exactly. If I may introduce the company for a very short, we are a Swiss sustainable fashion brand founded in 2016. And we became very popular because we had a very simple concept. We plant one tree, as you mentioned, one tree for each product sold. So far, we were able to plant more than 2 million trees, which makes us very proud. But in the end, the tree, it became to more a symbol of our vision. And our vision as a brand is to protect nature, to produce products that don't harm nature, but they help nature. And that's our big vision. And we do everything that leads to this vision. That's why we do such project like this one, and we already have several more projects in the pipeline leading to a more sustainable fashion world. And that's what Nikin does since 2016. And yeah, we produce locally in Europe with as sustainable as possible materials that are on the market.
Yes. So tell me about this material. So first of all, I love this project because it's come out of research collaboration, and I love the sound of the decision tree that you guys came up with, Anna, at the beginning of the process earlier on. And from that, I've taken the slide down now, but from that list, there was a fascinating breakdown of this waste into this product, this waste into this product, which to me just seems brilliant. I mean, we need so many more of those kind of recipe books so that we can get these sort of flows and systems going more smoothly. So congratulations to you and to the consortium for the research. But Robin, then you came in at the end of the product almost in a more traditional way, let's say, as the designers, to make something with the yarn. Basically, I want you to answer me two questions. The first one is, as a knitter, I know you can get a denim yarn. How is this yarn different to the other denim yarns that have been used to knit up jumpers in the past? And secondly, how difficult is it to work with this recycled yarn? Is there any characteristics that have made it difficult when you made your Nikin jumper?
Yes, we had a testing phase, and we figured out several things that didn't work from beginning on. For example, after spinning, there was a big torsion on the yarn, so it was not able, or our manufacturer was not able to use it on his machines. So we had to fix that with Riete together, and yeah, like this, there was a small back and forth to make it possible. In general, I think it's not much different to other denim yarns. I think the quality. Sorry.
You can answer for this, Anna. Thank you.
Yeah, maybe I can actually add some points there to what Robin was just explaining about the yarn. I think this yarn was really a difference because it incorporates very high percentage of post-consumer textile waste, and it's also using a full transparent supply chain. We know exactly who were the partners here in this supply chain and enabling this yarn. So I think this is really two important aspects. And then on the technical aspect was, of course, what's really important to us, as Robin already mentioned, the collaboration with Rito, where we could directly really look into how can we create such a long fiber yarn, staple fiber yarn as possible, because today when you are recycling and you get, especially from cotton, you get shorter fibers, and how can we create a fiber and a yarn, like a yarn from that fibers that have really really new characteristics that you can really spin more high quality yarns from. And Rito were putting in a lot of effort here on all of their process steps to really enable that from the opening until the finished goods. And then, yeah, as Robin already mentioned, we had some issues then later on also during the production of the tests, and we had to make some further iterations, which was then necessary also.
And so, Robin, you had a small quantity. Was that frustrating for you? Would you like to be doing more with these? You know, how much recycled product yarns are you using in your other products? And are you dying to get hold of more of this now?
I mean, we knew from beginning on it is limited. There's not much more, or there's not more actually of this yarn. So it was a small limited project for us also. In the communication, it was communicated as a limited collection of this pullover. And yeah, we try to also use in other products recycled materials everywhere that it's possible. But for us, we put our focus right now on the other way, or on the other part of the whole circularity thing. And this is designing in a circular way, because what we did in this project, and we need to do more of those projects in any case, is to clean up the waste we built in the past. That is not completely, or that is very difficult sometimes to recycle. I think such movement like the product pass will help in that. But what the other part of circularity is, that we need to try, and that's the responsibility of us brands, to not produce more waste for the future. Means designing in a circular way, using materials that you can recycle at some point, because every product that is made at some point is at the end of life, and then it's important to be able to recycle, and we put our focus there. We have several more projects coming that lead to be, or to this part of circularity, because yeah, circularity is, I think, the top of the mountain of this sustainability theme, and I think circularity is what everyone should go to, and yeah, that's what we try.